All right. Well, this is a very special talk and a very special presentation that you certainly have never seen anywhere else before. Luckily, not all governments are ignoring the UFO phenomenon, especially the government in Chile. In fact, they have their own UFO research organization, and we have the director of that official organization, General Bermudez, here to talk to us about that right now, and he has some very exciting and incredible findings that they've already discovered in this program that hasn't been going on for too long. So help me welcome General Bermudez.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure for me to be back in Phoenix. I stayed here during the 70s, taking an F-5 instruction course as a combat pilot at Williams Air Force Base. I have wonderful memories of this place, of course, because I spent my honeymoon here. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers of this Congress and also to my friend Antonio Neus for the invitation. I am the director of Chile's Committee of Studies of Anomalous Aerial Phenomena. CEFAA is the official government organization dedicated to investigate this subject. We operate under Chile's General Direction of Civil Aviation, which is similar to the FAA here in the United States. Lovely picture, isn't it? The mission of the DGAC, my organization in Chile, is to keep the safety of all air operation in the country. As you can see in this chart, the area under our responsibility is very big, almost 20 million square nautical miles. All communication between the different control centers and the corresponding crews are recorded. The CEFAA has access to all this information immediately. As a matter of fact, we know what is going on between pilot and controller in a flight. This is our main source of information. There you can see the cover of our radar from the north in the frontier with Peru near the South Pole, you know? It's a long country, a beautiful country, beautiful people like me. I invite you to visit sometime. We have all kinds of climate, desert climate, Mediterranean, Antarctic climate, wonderful. This is our oceanic control center. As you can see, we cover the whole Pacific area and from the north of Chile to the South Pole. Here we can cover all the aircraft going and coming in the Pacific Ocean. And we have our own radar software, and it is very precise. For example, when the Russian Mir space station entered the atmosphere, we knew exactly where it fell. This helped to distinguish space junk from UFO. Our mission: record and analyze all relevant reports concerning unknown aerial phenomena occurring within the national territory on the basis of a serious, objective, and scientific analysis with the purpose of determining any possible risk to air operation. This is our organization. Don't be afraid. I am not to explain each part of this organization. Okay, I will refer only to our internal and external committee and our international relation. Okay, that is the permanent committee and the external committee of advisors. We count with a number of well-known scientists from different universities. These men and women are all doctors in their fields and come from what we call our external committee. They are not believers, which is very good for us. It's very good for the investigation. They keep our feet on the ground. As you can see, there are several universities involved in the investigation. You can see there nuclear chemistry specialist, aerospace medicine specialist, which is Dr. José Luis Cárdenas, Dean of Medicine Faculty at Santiago University, two astronomers, Marina Stepanova, which is a plasma physics specialist from the Santiago University, geographer, psychologist, etc., etc. At the same time, the DGAC has appointed a group of specialists to back up our work. CEFAA has the support of air traffic controllers and radar operators all over the country, including flight, school, and private clubs. As they work in the DGAC, we can call internal committee. Here we have aerospace engineering specialists. And we had the support of each branch of our armed forces and police corps. This high-ranking officer allows CEFAA to keep a permanent communication channel with all military branches and police corps. With respect to our international relation, we believe the phenomena is the same all over the world. Therefore, CEFAA has relations with serious investigators, an organization of 14 countries. CEFAA is open to exchange experience and information with any organization or individual doing serious scientific investigation of this phenomenon. We signed a cooperation agreement with NARCAP here in the United States, and similar arrangements are ready to be signed with the French SIGMA and other organizations around the world. I am going to present some aeronautical cases. In all my conference, I say behind any solid affirmation, there must be a big proof. There must be a big proof. At the end of my conference, you will have another tool to decide if the UFO exists or not. The situation you are about to hear are the official live recording in real time between pilots and traffic controller. Here is our first case. This happened in Tobalaba in 1978. We learned about it in 1210. This is a typical case of someone retaining information, fearing ridicule. It is a situation we had to find against all the time. The person who handed over this recording did so only after he was sure the CEFAA was doing serious work of investigation. Our scenario is Tobalaba airfield, which is used by non-commercial civilian airplanes. The person on duty at the control tower was not alone when he saw a round object shining against the sun hovering over the mountain nearby. He proceeded to call radar control to check radar detection. This is the official recording.
Terminal Tobalaba. Adelante Tobalaba. Buenos días, te informo, tenemos sobre Tobalaba, en dirección a la cordillera, un aparato redondo que brilla con el sol, con desplazamiento norte, continuo hacia el norte, desplazamiento lento hacia el norte. ¿Puedes repetir la información? Negativo, un objeto redondo que brilla con el sol sobre Tobalaba, desplazamiento lento hacia el norte en ascenso. ¿Podrías indicar la altitud así aproximada? Estimado, alrededor de 8 o 9 mil pies, oye. Me recibió, manténme informado. Recibido. Adelante Tobalaba. Ok, y ahora está desplazándose hacia el sur en círculos, ascenso y descenso, lento, ahora aumentando la velocidad. Gracias. El planeador, me atrevería a decir que no, avión tampoco, porque desarrolló velocidades muy rápidas, por momentos muy lentas, descendió y ascendió rápidamente, y ahora en este momento se está posando sobre una pequeña loma de un cerro.
The object landing on a hill. So the person on duty at the tower was not alone. There were 5 other persons with him. They all saw the object landing on a hill. That's where official person, controller, tower controller. This case has been difficult to investigate because it happened so long ago. The witnesses are all retired. Unfortunately, in that time, CEFAA did not exist. Okay, let us see the next case. We denominate Pudahuel case. This case happened in 1979 in Santiago Airport. We got the tape in 1210. We have pending a meeting with the pilots and the controllers presently. This case involved 3 airplanes and the ground control. Each airplane was using a different radio frequency. And there was no possibility of hearing each other's conversation. The first plane, as you can see there, is ready to take off, and it is on tower frequency, of course. And the third airplane is in flight, using, of course, on a flight frequency. And the second airplane is close to landing. The alert was given by the controller at Cerrillos Airfield near Pudahuel. He saw some lights to the west of the international airport. These lights were confirmed by Pudahuel Control, who in turn requested the crews of the airplane to check of those lights. The first airplane coming in Pudahuel described the light as approaching from the east, coming and going, and calculate 1,000 feet per second vertical speed. 1,000 feet per second vertical speed. You know that is impossible. It's an impossible speed for any airplane in our world. The pilot and the second airplane had the object so near. He clearly saw windows, like a train. And the third airplane also confirmed the lights from west to east and flew together with the UFO for about 300 miles. Here is a video. We had here 3 airplanes in different frequencies, describing the same situation. One crew saw windows like a train. We have other similar cases where windows were served. Now, if there are windows, we might think somebody is looking out. You never know. Okay, let's go to the other case. This case was one of our first case in Puerto Montt, in the south of our country. This case was taken into consideration to create the CEFAA. It was near a collision situation. A commercial airplane is coming to land at Puerto Montt Airport. Suddenly, the pilot sees a strong light coming straight at his airplane. He thinks it is another aircraft in front of and calls traffic control for help. Ground control has no traffic reported, but also see the light closing in on the airplane. The pilot is forced to make a sharp turn over 45 degrees. It's too much for a commercial airplane. To the left to avoid collision. The UFO changed position and was seen by the ground control hovering north of the runway. Here is a recording. That is in the south of our country. Nice place with many lakes.
210 la Chile 45.
Recibido, notifique 30 millas norte.
Notificate. ¿Me informa de un tráfico hacia adelante usted?
¿Me confirma dónde?
Justo al frente tengo un avión aquí al frente.
No, negativo.
Oiga, tengo un avión, tengo una luz aquí al frente, justo en nuestra trayectoria de vuelo.
Ok, a la vista, correcto, a la vista. No tengo tráfico reportado, solamente la incompetente saliendo. Tengo la vista, la luz al menos.
Tengo un avión aquí al frente, señor.
Very
Afirmativo.
nervous, Pablo, it's very nervous.
Sin información de tráfico.
¿Usted lo tiene a la vista o no?
Correcto, sí. Cambia de luz amarilla, roja, desde allá, ¿correcto?
Este mismo, afirmativo. Porque entiendo que usted no está en cuadro de su control.
No, negativo, en absoluto. 45 confirma si lo tiene a la altura o más bajo.
Estoy en un ángulo de trayectoria nuestra, yo tengo que hacer el quite.
Porque recibe a la vista de la torre y el plan. La Chile 45 active transponder 1215, por favor.
Está activado el transporte.
Ok, gracias.
Consigo teniendo el tráfico a la vista todavía, ¿no?
Se está perdiendo y de acuerdo a la no tiene presentación el radar del tráfico.
Sí, al momento yo también ya no lo vemos, pero estuvo en ángulo de colisión con nosotros.
Correcto, yo tengo la vista en el momento.
Allá está, a la vista está nuevamente a la derecha, lo tengo a la vista.
Correcto.
Lo perdí cuando tuve no sé, por la luz del avión en el ángulo de colisión.
¿Se aprecia lento o rápido?
Cuando estuvo en el ángulo de colisión con nosotros, bastante rápido, muy rápido, tuvimos que hacer el quite con un viraje a la izquierda. Y posteriormente como que se me perdió un poco y en este momento la tengo a la vista, como en el horizonte, al oeste del campo suyo más o menos de la posición mía.
Obvio, yo tengo los 360 al norte.
Y ya, yo estoy en este momento, ya no la tengo a la vista, se acaba de apagar.
Ok, pero aún lo percibo.
Exactamente brillante en ángulo con luz en sentido contrario al nuestro. Yo lo veo como un tráfico, una luz brillante. Puerto Montt en la Chile 045, estamos a través de 90 con la pista a la vista ya. ¿Y me confirma el último teatro?
La Chile 045 recibido. Último altímetro 3029. Autorizado para aterrizar.
309 autorizado para aterrizar. La Chile 045. ¿Mario Ricardo?
Sí.
Oiga, digo,
This is
me
conversation
chocó una cuestión aquí, la aproximación.
two pilots,
escuchando,
different airline.
Tuvimos que hacerle el quito, dijo, yo pensé que era un tráfico y pensamos que era de ustedes.
No, yo pegué recién pasó.
Tuvimos que hacerle un viraje a la izquierda.
¿Qué características tenía? ¿Era tipo avión, una cosa así?
Era como una luz de aterrizaje brillante y como con unos destellos que cambiaba de colores.
Ay, ay, ay. 45, Puerto Montt.
Sí, adelante.
Una consulta, desde torre de control visualizamos un resplandor justamente con cambios de luces de intensidad verde y semi-rojizo, aparentemente desde acá. Se apreciaba como reflejado sobre alguna traza de nubosidad. ¿Me confirma si ha cruzado alguna traza, algún tracto por ahí en el sector?
No, negativo. Eso lo mismo que vimos nosotros, pero está totalmente cabosa, está totalmente despejado.
Ok, entiendo que lo que habría visualizado tenía resplandores color rojo, verde aproximadamente.
Afirmativo, y después se puso una luz brillante, muy brillante, como una luz de aterrizaje, pero calcula unas 2 millas del avión.
Sí, afirmativo, si lo visualizamos con binoculares acá está aproximadamente la prolongación de G vista.
Estuvo, no sé, seguramente tiene que haber sido así. Nosotros pensamos que era un avión en el sentido contrario y se acercó rápidamente, pero después, posteriormente, como le digo, como que se desplazó hacia el oeste y posteriormente ya no lo vimos más.
Afirmativo, recibido.
Okay, this case is very similar to other UFO phenomena that happened in Chile and other countries like Ecuador. The pilot sees an incoming light that changes course at the last second, forcing the pilot to take evasive action. At this point, I would like to remind you the French Cometa report that called this an intelligent behavior. Okay, go to another case. This is Arica case. This happened in Arica, north of Chile, near the frontier with Peru in 1997 at Chacayuta Airport. One Army airplane approaching at night to land by instrumental flight reference. The pilot saw an object appearing and disappearing. On land, the control tower received several phone calls from citizens that had seen the UFO. The pilot of the military plane also saw the UFO changing position at incredible speed. Those were his own words. The control tower called radar control to check. Radar detected the military airplane but did not capture the UFO. This is the town, the airport, in the desert.
Desde su posición hacia el sector de Cerro Chuño, Buitre, ¿observa algún objeto medio distinto a lo normal?
Entiendo, hacia el sector del Buitre.
¿Correcto, señor?
Eso, ¿no? Desde mi posición, aparentemente no se ve nada extraño de lo normal. Ahora tengo un objeto a
podría describir el tipo de luz?
Ahora se desapareció. Realmente parecía la amarilla, la luz de la ciudad, pero ahora volvió a aparecer, pero más adelante. Se desapareció de nuevo.
Hemos recibido distintos llamados diciendo que en ese sector probablemente hay un objeto volador no identificado. Nunca habíamos visto cualquier reporte de eso más tarde.
Ok, oye, increíble, ya esto no lo había visto, pero realmente cambié de posición, pero velozmente, y tuve la oportunidad de verlo.
Santiago, Arica, Brasil, Arica. Señor, en este momento tenemos un vuelo Eco-Inca, un Tango 1-2, que reporta la posición que está volando, estación de la aproximación por la pista 02. Ya. Reporta a las 3 de su posición un objeto que se desplaza a una velocidad increíble, expresión textual. ¿Es posible chequear con el radar?
A ver, está respondiendo 3141, ¿no?
¿Está a 2400 pies? Estaba procesando la aproximación de la pista 02.
Ya, eso tiene que ser, pero no tengo nada, además de ese tráfico.
Bueno, queríamos dentro cualquier cosa que voy a ver más adelante.
Perfecto. Ya.
¿Listo, hasta luego?
Ya.
¿Podría usted determinar aproximadamente a qué altitud se encontraba el objeto?
Yo lo veía un poco más arriba de la última luz, al este de la ciudad. Yo estimo 5.000 pies, puede ser menos incluso. Pero la verdad es que lo único que se puede ver es su traslado rápido de un lugar de sur a norte y posteriormente eso es todo lo que pudimos apreciar. Aparentemente.
Agradecido. Este chico me encuentra la vista que se nos hablando.
Okay, this report was handed over to CEFAA by the Army. This showed the cooperation the Army forces give to our committee. Later on, we shall see the Navy and the Air Force contributions as well. In this same place, several UFO cases have been reported, a lot of cases. In 1983, the whole crew of a Cessna 337 saw a conical-shaped luminous object of great dimensions hovering over the sea. It moved horizontally at great speed. Another airplane flying nearby also observed the phenomena and described its luminous circle that became a white cone. This UFO was also observed by the control tower of this same airframe. Go to the next. This is very important. There you can see our airways and 3 aircraft arriving, 2 commercial aircraft arriving to Santiago, Chile, the capital, which is there, and 300 miles behind, in this part, is coming another aircraft, which is a military one. The main actor is a military airplane from our neighbor, whose name is Pelican, together with 2 commercial airplanes. Again, 3 airplanes witnessed the same phenomenon. 2 commercial airplanes are approaching Santiago, where you can see there, from different airways, and the third, a military airplane, is coming 300 miles away, proceeding from the north. The first commercial pilot there report an object cruising his airway. The second commercial pilot confirmed this report. And the Navy pilot coming from the north saw the object coming in front of, passing below, and crossing his airway at the sun level of his aircraft. We are about to listen each of their report right when the event is happening.
Santiago Principal 521. Santiago Principal 521.
Prosiga.
Señor, nos figuró un tráfico hace un par de segundos de oeste a este. Yo diría que unos 4.000 pies sobre nosotros.
El tránsito que tiene por las 3 está informado, podría ser, hay otros 2 tráficos, tiene uno a las 5, corrección, tiene un tráfico a las 7:16 millas 350 y otro tránsito también a las 7:23 millas rumbo norte 380 nivel, ese podría ser.
No, esos dos los tengo a la vista. Como le digo, acaba de cruzar un tráfico un poco superior a nosotros, directamente hacia el este.
Recibido. ¿Y esa información es proveniente de Tica o visual?
No, visto, lo vimos claramente.
Recibido. Por tanto, tránsito respetado.
Sí, afirmativo, el 169 también lo tuvo a la vista. Al parecer fue no sé, es un elemento que ingresó a la atmósfera.
Recibido. Alfa Pelícano, prosiga.
50 con 92. Norte de Coy. Siendo pasó tráfico con rumbo norte de nivel inferior.
Negativo, no tengo información de tránsito volando en la aerovía. O en las inmediaciones de su posición hacia el norte.
A 3.000 pies, justo para abajo rumbo norte, viendo el tráfico que pasó de oeste a este, a nivel.
Recibido. Entonces tuvo 2 avistamientos, uno de oeste a este a nivel, y el primero lo cruzó hacia el norte, 3.000 pies sobre usted.
No, por abajo, pasó por abajo mío el tráfico.
Recibido. No tengo información al respecto.
Sí, el primero este que va como 3.000 pies por debajo mío. Lo que me pasó de vuelta a este, no sé qué puede haber sido. Me ganó demasiado rápido.
Alfa Pelícano Santiago, le recibí esta parte de su notificación automática, se le volveré a llamar.
Copiado.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my friend, think for a moment. If one experienced commercial pilot reports to me that sunset flew across in front of his airplane, I pay carefully attention. But now, if a second commercial pilot reports the same a few seconds later, I become interested. But is yet a third pilot, a military one, confirms the same fact, I tend to believe them. In this case, do we have one UFO crossing the 3 airplanes at one time? Or do we have 2 UFOs? If it is only one UFO, then this incredible speed does not correspond to anything now. Okay. Perhaps you are tired of listening first-hand report? No? Okay. You are not, let me present you our Punta Arenas case. This case is extremely important. The witnesses are the crews of 2 airplanes and a traffic control. But also, the UFO was detected by our radar. This is very important. I am going to present 2 official radio communication between the pilot and radar controller, and later a telephone conversation between them. In this first recording, the pilot report he sees something camouflage between the clouds with erratic motion. That is Punta Arena, the most austral town in the world, near the South Pole.
Buenas tardes, DAP 1-2. Sin tránsito reportado en presente ruta hacia Porvenir. Contacto radar, confirme nivel.
Porvenir 810, señor, tenía un tráfico desde el sector de la ciudad hacia el sector de Mirador. No te podría precisar qué es, pero se está camuflado entre las nubes.
Recibido. Negativo tráfico por este control en el sector de Ciudad Cerro Mirador. ¿Me confirma si pudo apreciar si efectivamente era tipo aeronave, helicóptero?
Negativo, señor. No te podría precisar qué es lo que era. De hecho, delante del puente Martínez estábamos viendo por lo menos un tráfico de la torre, pero al parecer era un tráfico desconocido.
Recibido DAP 1-2. Los únicos tránsitos que tuvo antes del despegue fueron helicóptero naval procediendo desde el este del aeropuerto, un reactor militar en navegación ILS, solamente eso.
Por el momento ya no tengo la vista, pero complicado sería. Era parecido a la nube, como camuflado con una nube, pero con movimiento errático.
Recibido TAP 1-2, frecuencia aprobada con Porvenir.
Okay, the next one is in the same place. Here the radar controller is warning the pilot of unknown traffic in his flight path at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock for the pilot is in front of. 4 miles. 4 miles at that speed is 2 meters for us here on ground. 4 miles ahead, hovering again between Porvenir and Punta Arenas, near his airplane. Here is the official recording.
Datos 1, Punta Arena radar. Adelante. Información de tránsito desconocido de acuerdo a observación radar primario a las 12:04 millas, evolucionando en el sector intermedio de Porvenir y Punta Arenas, altitud desconocida, desplazamiento lento y errático.
Sí, entiendo las 12:04 millas.
A las 12:04 millas, sí, le hago la observación debido a que hace 20 minutos fue observado por parte de piloto de su compañía un objeto desconocido en el sector de Ciudad y Cerro Mirador.
Ok, copiado. ¿Esto lo tiene en presentación usted?
Ahora se perdió el contacto con observación de radar primario.
Ok, copiado. El 12, ¿no?
Estuvo a las 12:04 millas orbitando y evolucionando en el sector vertical el estrecho.
Ok, copiado. Nosotros tenemos una nubosidad, vamos a evitar la nubosidad, no tenemos nada a la vista por el momento. Solamente una nubosidad a las 12:04 millas aproximadamente.
Recibido.
Okay. The next recording is a telephone conversation between the pilot and the radar controller of Punta Arenas. It is quite funny, really.
Centro Control.
Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Con quién hablo?
Hola, Francisco Urquera.
Hola, Francisco, ¿qué tal? ¿Tú hablas con Alejandro Pitet, piloto de Aeroviación?
Hola, Alejandro.
Consulta.
Dígame.
Yo delante, cuando despedí por venir, reporté un tráfico hacia el sector del Andino.
Sí, correcto.
Mira, ahora de vuelta también vi algo, me comuniqué con el Twin. Ellos no veían nada, pero tenían algo en el radar.
Ya.
Así que pusieron. Pero como te digo, no es un tráfico. Yo sé que no es un helicóptero, ni es un avión, no es nada.
Claro.
Pero me parece súper extraño que, bueno, ustedes no lo tienen en presentación ni nada. Pero como te digo, ahora de vuelta también. De hecho, por venir, le pedí a la chica de la torre control que se fijara por binoculares hacia este sector y me dice ella que lo vio y se escondió. Pero algo, y ahora de vuelta también vi algo,
Mira,
como te digo, pero no...
sí, mira, nosotros ahora ahora viene el Twinotter, también apareció una traza primaria que se detecta solamente con el radar primario y obviamente sin indicación de altitud ni de velocidad específica. Lo vimos y estuvo también en la trayectoria ahí del DAP, que le informamos también sin la información. Así que, ¿sabes, Alejandro, que sería bueno? Hay un formulario de notificación.
¿Ya eso está en operaciones?
Está en operaciones y está en internet también, que es el comité CEFAA. Entonces, sería bueno para tener esos antecedentes y claro, si tú lo observaste ahí, tenerlo el dato de primera mano.
Yo, de hecho, en la mañana, cuando estaban por venir, porque me tuve que quedar allá por un problema con un técnico, estaba hablando con mi señora fuera de la torre control, por venir, y vi algo como una nube que me pareció súper extraña y dije, chucha, que aumentó el viento. Pero resulta que empecé a ver el resto de las nubes y están paradas y de repente veo que esa cuestión se chanta y sale cagando para el otro lado. Entonces le dije a la chica de la torre y le dije a Christopher que estaba ahí. Y ellos me dijeron, oye, pucha, yo no lo vi ahora, pero he visto cuestiones durante estos días. La chica por venir vio algo en la noche, unas luces. Entonces me parece súper extraño. Y ahora yo dije, ¿cómo va a ser tanta la weá que todavía voy a ver algo? Y justo, hueveando, iba despegando acá de la pista trasera, miré por la izquierda, miré para el mirador y vi la cuestión. Entonces, como te digo, me parece súper extraño, pero voy a hacer eso que me dices tú de CEFAA, me dices.
CEFAA, sí. Centro Control.
Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Con quién hablo?
Okay. This case is very important for us. Why? Because there are several factors very valuable for scientific investigator. The first one, the object was detected by the primary radar of Punta Arenas and the onboard radar of the incoming plane. Second, the object was seen visually by a professional pilot on the air and on the ground. Third, the object was seen also from the ground by a professional controller. These are the official record, and this is the way we deal with the phenomenon, openly and freely. Okay, until now we have listened official communication between pilot and controller. I think that is enough. Now I am going to present a very important visual report. Our scenario is located at the Chilean Air Force Base, where is ubicated the Chilean Air Force Academy. Every 4 years, the Chilean Air Force changes its commander-in-chief. During this ceremony, something anomalous happened. It included a military airplane flyby that opened with the Halcones acrobatic group, followed by other types of airplanes. Now, 7 spectators located in different places, each with his own camera, filmed the flyby. In the 7 videos appeared the same thing. In order to the time, I am going to show you only 3 short videos. Here we have the scenery in our aviation school, there are the authorities. I was there that day. I didn't see everything. In this green circle are ubicated the spectators that took the flyby of the aircraft coming in this direction in the blue triangle. And here, in this part, appear the UFO. In the 7th video appeared the same thing. Pay attention, please. Let me try your eyesight. Take a look. Did you see something? No? Don't be afraid. The first time I did it, nothing. Okay, I'll show you one time more. Please take a look in this part, in the beginning of the film. This is appear only a fraction of a second. Here we are. Did you see something? Yes? Okay. That is our best picture. That was at 12 minutes to midday, and the sun on the top, of course. There you can see our heat study, the shadow, the dome over there. And this is our study with a special software coming from the Air Force. And that is an amplification. And there you can see the shadow and the dome. Very clear. Look at that. That is better. And this one is the hillshade effect. It's clear in white and black. But here is the sequence. Here is the sequence where the UFO appear. That is the first position. We know exactly the distance between the spectator that took the picture, to the base of the hill, and the top of the hill, and our astronomers are calculated the radius of this object. Take a look at the second position. It's approaching to the flyby of the Halcone, coming there. You can see that the object is approaching and the Halcone don't move. The other position is in front of the Halcones. That is the best picture. And look at where is that now. And the next step, come back again, and is in the flyby of the Halcone again. Is this an intelligent behavior? Look at the next position. It's going to the east again. And there disappear. This is the report from our astronomer. Remember that they are not believers. They say it is not meteor or pieces of meteors entering the atmosphere. It is not related to pieces of comets entering the atmosphere. It is not a space junk. The object was intentional movement. It is not bird or airplane. It is not Superman. Sorry, this is my opinion. The object realized a risk maneuvers in front of the Halcone from west to east and west again. The object realized a flight maneuver at low altitude and high speed. The maneuver has an elliptical trajectory of circular and perpendicular to the Halcone flight path. The object shows light and shadow effects of metallic light reflection and shows ellipsoidal shape. The object shows light signs of activity in the lower phase. The land observers do not detect the object, in spite that it passes over their head. Thereby, it is not accompanied by a sound wave. The object moves east with 25 degrees inclination. This is the same angle a spacecraft entered the atmosphere. There you can see our heat study. This is the inclination, 25 degrees. And there you can appreciate the shadow and the dome. Okay. Now, if this was not enough, the same situation happened with the flyby of F5. This was a tour from the extraterrestrial. Again, I am going to test your eyesight. This is the science scenery. There you can see where the UFO appeared again, more near than the before side. And please pay attention. Do you see something? No? Okay. I'll show you again. Pay attention now. Did you see? Okay, I will try to stop for you if I am lucky. There was, but I show you where is our best picture. You know, the object is very near the F5. And our study, heat study, said that the study is similar with the F5 and this object. The shadow are the same with the F5 and this object. And the heat reflection is the same. And then this is very interesting case. Our astronomer calculated the radius of this object between 5 and 10 meters. They proceed with their own software and system. Okay, here we have another picture come from another camera, and another person, of course, you know, where appear again. Okay. Now, we're going to take a look to Act 16. If you think that is not enough, I have another surprise for you. It is a bonus track. Again, this is the same scenery. They appear in this part. The before video appear in this part, now appear here. And again, I am going to test your eyesight. Pay attention now. Did you see something? No? Okay, I repeat for you. You have to take a look over there, yeah? This part. I will try to stop for you. Look at that. This appears only 1 fraction of a second. Okay, our non-believer astronomer calculate the speed according with the Newton law 18 times the F-16 speed. That is over 10,000 kilometers per hour. Okay, here is the sequence again. Appear in the same place that the video before, from the east, from the west to the east, the first position, the second position is approaching to the S-16. Look at that. It's part of the formation, it's part of the flyby. I didn't see anything. I was there in that ceremony. I didn't see anything. Okay. And come back again. Okay. We have studied this case denominated El Bosque in different ways. First, we gave all the films to our astronomers. They proceeded with their own software and system. Second, we gave the films to the Air Force specialists too. The name of the service is Air Photogrammetric Service. They use their own procedures. Third, we in the CEFAA made an internal analysis with our own specialists. Fourth, we asked a first opinion to Dr. Richard Haynes, that you know here in the United States, and Dr. Bruce McCabe. Bruce, in general, agrees with our astronomer. Richard said that there is an unknown aerial phenomenon. We will continue making analysis and hope we can arrive to scientific conclusion as soon as possible. Now, we are going to take a look about the general conclusion, which is our official position about this phenomenon. The anomalous aerial phenomenon characterized as UFO is real, and it is present inside and outside the controlled airspace. We do not know what it is and where it comes from. It is necessary to continue to study the phenomenon. It is necessary to share all the information. With the due respect for all authorities of any type in the world, I believe that all possibilities of risk to air operation, no matter how incredible, must be investigated. To ignore it is irresponsible. I'd not like to close this exposition without give you a proposal. I think, this is my particular opinion, that it is necessary to have a serious agency to direct the investigation in all the world. This agency must collect and share information and proceed to make an effective scientific investigation. I believe that this agency should be located in the United Nations as a part of the space affair. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention and good luck with the UFOs. Thank you.